In this short video, I'm going to show how to update the firmware on an SMP2 multiviewer. But first, we'll use the Help About tab to check the current firmware revision. The revision is shown under the MVC3 listing, and in this case the revision is 1.0.16. Next we're going to transfer the new firmware to the multiviewer. To do this, we need to use WinSCP or an equivalent application to transfer the file. After opening WinSCP, we need to complete a few fields before we can start the transfer. The file protocol must be set to SFTP. The hostname will need to be the current IP address of the unit. The address shown here is the default address, so you might need to change this if yours is different. The username must be set to root, and a password is not required, so just leave that field blank. Go ahead and log in to the multiviewer. The multiviewer folders are shown on the right-hand side. Navigate to the data folder as this is where the new firmware must be located. Now on the left, navigate to the location of the new firmware and check the revision number. The firmware update should look just like the example shown here, with the revision number represented by the last two digits. Go ahead and drag the file from the left window to the right to start the transfer. The transfer will take about a minute, so I've speeded this up for you. With the transfer completed, the new firmware will be visible in the data directory. The update process is fully automatic, so there is absolutely no need to power cycle the multiviewer. But don't worry if you accidentally power cycle the unit before the new firmware has been installed. The firmware will remain at the current revision and you'll need to recopy the file. The update will only take a few minutes and the output screen will probably be affected from time to time. If the video cards also require an update, then the output screen will display a message indicating the update progress. Updates to video cards can take a little longer than updating the firmware, so I've speeded this up for you. When the update is completed, the output screens will return to normal. The Help About tab can be used to check that the firmware revision has been updated. All SMP2 units now have the option to load new firmware directly from the browser without the need for a separate application. Select the Module Update Firmware tab and then choose File to navigate to the location of the new firmware. Thank you for watching this video on SMP2 firmware updates, and if you are watching on YouTube, then please don't forget to like and subscribe to be notified when new videos are released.